Well, we're here. Seth Kwame Boateng is the one we're talking about. He's an award-winning journalist. I told you we have a lot of them around here. Challenge me to have won awards before. So don't worry.
Nobody remembers.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Percent.
Kolo.
Everybody remembers.
Okay, but look at this. He went to the prison. Not that he's a prisoner, though. Now, he did a sequel to his Locked and Forgotten. Now he's done another one, and he's here. Said, we're a friend saying. What's the title of this one?
Left to Rot.
Left to Rot. It's a sequel. It means that you went to investigate what?
I went to find out if what they told us they were going to do to deal with the problems in the prisons were done or had been done.
Right.
And yeah.
When you looked at Locked and Forgotten, what came to mind about not necessarily the state of the prisons, but the state of the inmates who find themselves there?
I think it's if you watched Locked and Forgotten the first time, you shed some tears, no matter who you think you are, you know, because then you find very ordinary persons, like it's just people like you and I, anybody. And when you're on remand, remember that a remand prisoner is not necessarily somebody who is guilty of whatever it is for which reason they've been put there, you know. So it's one of sadness, but also reality, because this is life. This is somebody's life. This is somebody's everyday life. And that's what's fascinating about it. I know that Seth, it also changed your personal life as well. So going back there again for this, how was it like?
It wasn't easy because some of the people I met the first time when I was doing Locked and Forgotten, I still saw some of them there. And this time around, I discovered some had been there for 13 years. Wow. 13.
On remand?
On remand, 10 years. The first time, I didn't get opportunity to capture when the time they are locked up, the evening. But this time around, I got opportunity, and it was horrifying. Seriously, that people are compelled to squat for 10 hours. That's how they squat. That's how they sleep. Squat sleep for 10 hours. And you know, they are going to have all kinds of spinal issues. And mind you, some of them may be innocent after the investigations. Yet you have them there. Then I got to see the food they eat. The first time, yes, I saw
the 1 city 80 pesos.
The 1 city 80 pesos. But this time around, I realized, so if they want to have palm nut soup, they prepare some kind of soup and pour palm oil into that soup. And that's the palm nut soup that they drink or they eat with their food. Wow. I got to know that in Kumasi, the remand population, the time I went there was 625 remand. The entire prison, the Kumasi Central Prison, was built to accommodate a little over 800. The entire prison, a little over 800. And the remand alone now, 625. And they had 4 toilet facilities. 2 have broken down. Only 2 working.
Only over 600.
So they get up in the morning and form long queues.
What?
So it's like 300 here, 300 there. You know, not all of them would use the place early in the morning. I got to know that some do it on themselves before it gets to your turn. Wow. And again, these are people who will be found innocent. Some will be found innocent after the investigations. I got to know tuberculosis was rife in most of the prisons. Tuberculosis.
We were talking about scabies this morning at the whole prisons.
The water they drink. I got to Tamale. They told me they have water crisis. So they don't have water to drink. How much more water to bath? And there are also people with mental difficulties, or they have mental issues in the prisons. They are not supposed to be there. They are supposed to be sent to a psychiatric center. Yet we are keeping them there. And they don't bath no matter what.
Amazing.
And they are mixed with the total population.
So this is more heartbreaking.
Yes.
I mean, there's no hope.
But the only hope is that, you know, after Locked and Forgotten, the Chief Justice set up a permanent remand court in Nsawam.
Okay.
And that is really working. So when I went to Nsawam, the remand population had reduced by half because of the remand court. So if we really want to deal with this problem, we may have to set up more remand courts, permanent ones, in the prisons.
All right, so that is why we have to look at an excerpt of this very documentary. It's a sequel to Locked and Forgotten. And this one is titled Left to Rot.
Left to Rot.
Left to Rot.
According to the United Nations Standard Minimum Rules for the Treatment of Prisoners, all countries have an obligation to observe certain basic human rights standards in their prisons. Standards regarding the conditions of detention must be observed regardless of a state party's level of development. The UN demands a minimum floor space and cubic content of air for each prisoner, adequate sanitary facilities, clothing which shall by in no manner degrading or humiliating, provision of a separate bed, and provision of food of nutritional value adequate for health and strength. I decide to go around and check how far these standards are being met in this prison. The prison administration is supposed to provide inmates with food of wholesome quality. More than 1 cedi 80 pesos is needed to provide this kind of meal for inmates. For years, prisoners have been fed on 1 cedi 80 pesos daily. Director General of the Ghana Prison Service, Emmanuel Ajato, says this amount is woefully inadequate. Until all these things are done, inmates will continue drinking watery porridge without sugar and either eat their famous gari, which goes with a kind of colored water mixed with palm oil, supposed to be palm nut soup, or bankun, which goes with what I would describe as improvised groundnut soup. For first-hand information, the inmates, together with their officers, agreed to lead me to their places of convenience. The stench is extremely unbearable.
Okay, so I have been here for just a few hours. The congestion is just too much, and as you can hear in the background, they are not very holy. So anytime they see people like us around, they will want to tell their stories.
I am struggling to breathe as a result of the stench and heat here, all because I am a first-time visitor. I wonder what asthma patients here go through. The remand population as of today is 625, and there are only 4 toilets here. Unfortunately, 2 of them are out of use now. This means the 625 inmates here share only 2 toilets. They form long queues in the morning to wait for their turn. At times, they do it on themselves. And just a few steps away from the almost half-full water closet are scores of inmates preparing different kind of food from their make-believe palm nut soup. Before they can eat the gari provided them, they have to sieve and do away with some large particles in the gari. Remember, all these things are taking place not far from their toilet. I wonder what will happen when there is outbreak of cholera.
As you can see, this gentleman is fortunate to have received food from home. So family members were here to visit him, and they brought him food. So he's sharing with his friends here. So it tells the difference between the food they eat here and the one we eat outside.
I am back at the Kumasi prison. It is few minutes past 4 p.m. and it is time for the inmates to be locked up, so officers are conducting their last roll call. Inside the cells, the picture looks horrifying. Human beings packed up in a room with not even an inch space between them. They have been carefully arranged according to the years they have spent in the prison. The leader of this cell, Isifu Musa, says there are names for each sleeping position.
Those in the middle are referred to as sardines because we have arranged them like the way sardines are arranged in a tin. There's no space between them.
And I have for so all man for now. Bahana Manchana. Inti, your friend Tabo.
On my extreme right are the elderly and those who are not well. We call them Tabo Tabo. The aged sleep there.
And I will move a pick up.
Those on my left, very close to the door, we call them pickups. They squat throughout the night. They are like passengers in a stationary vehicle. They can only get up when the gate is opened in the morning. For those on my left, very close to the wall, they have been here for over 4 years.
According to
those under the bed are those who have not really stayed here for long. They have not gone beyond 2 years.
18. Senior men
Inmates on the bed are those who sweep here and ensure the place is clean always. Some are also peacemakers. Those on the top are the leaders.
Left to Rot, premiering Wednesday 22nd June at 4 p.m. at the auditorium of the New Court Complex, and airing on Joy FM Thursday 23rd June at 8:30 a.m. on the Super Morning Show, and 27th and 28th June 6:30 p.m. on your Joy News channel on Malta TV.
And Seth is here. Just 5 minutes of what we showed you, because it's how many hours long?
Over an hour.
1 hour, 58 minutes.
Oh, almost 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes.
Almost
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
That's a full film, like a movie.
Yeah.
You know?
But when you're putting together this very story, I remember the last time when you went to the north and you were here, I kept asking, what goes through you emotionally when you have to kind of empathize and put yourself in the story?
You know, at times, immediately you think about the fact that you can end up there, and you may face or go through what they are going through. You are compelled to do whatever you can to help them. You understand?
Right.
And I know, I've been told that a lot of things are being done to deal with the problem. Yes, the Justice for All program was activated. They went around the country. They were able to sit on cases. They freed some people. The more they free them, the more police and the investigators or prosecutors put them back. The problem, I was told, mainly comes from the police. No, some send people there, they keep them there, and they travel. Some are on peacekeeping missions, some have retired, some have even died.
But do they go with the dockets? It doesn't make
sense. You know,
sense.
they don't leave any handing over notes. That's a problem, and it's a requirement. Yeah, they don't do that. And I got to know that some of them even connive with court staff to prolong cases, to make sure people are kept there for years.
Why?
Because they benefit.
How?
Well, if you have a relative in the prison and he's supposed to go to court almost every week, yeah, the police officer will see the family. Oh, I have to take this person to court, so bring something for TNT. And they do that. If you don't send anything to them, they will tell you, yeah, sorry, we didn't get a vehicle, so we couldn't make it to the court. And the person will be remanded again. I told you somebody has been there for 13 years. 13 years on remand. Another thing I found out, you know, some of the judges who were sacked following analysis expose, okay, some went with their dockets. Some went with their judgments.
You mean some of them were working on?
Yes, on these people.
They were hearing some of the cases.
Yes, they went to their.
So they left. They
went with
the
everything.
Office with the documents.
Everything.
Wow.
Some had prepared their judgment. They went home with them, and one of them had died. One of the judges had died. He went with this judgment, and his people, the people he was hearing their case, they are in Sunyani prisons.
Wow.
It means their case may have to start all over again. And some have been there for 10 years.
I see. We have even outside the prison, we have a very bad social welfare system. Does it mean that these people have been forgotten, if not, let's say, for an exercise like this, for which we now have a continuation or a consolidation of the Chief Justice Justice for Our program?
As you said, we have that problem. Our social welfare system is not that good. It's not good. I wouldn't say it's not that good. It's not good because we are supposed to have them visiting these people in the prisons, hearing their cases and interviewing them to find out how best you can intervene and help them. Yeah, I was told they really go there to listen to them and to help them in any way. So some, as I mentioned, had been there for ages without any social welfare officer going to their rescue. So they'll continue to be there until a miracle comes their way.
But it's a situation where many people find themselves through no fault of theirs. People are there innocently?
I can't say, but some told me they were innocent. For example, you definitely find some who were fighting and they were arrested.
Are innocent.
No, some of them will confess.
Nobody ever concedes that they are guilty.
You are innocent
but
until proven guilty.
But if you've not been, fully prosecuted, you've not been sentenced.
Exactly.
I mean, who are you to call somebody guilty? But you're premiering this tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow at the new court complex, right opposite SEPS headquarters around the ministries area.
The new court complex.
The new court complex. The Chief Justice graciously offered us her auditorium. So we are doing that. We are premiering from that place. And we've sent invitations out. A number of people are coming. We are expecting about 300 people.
Okay.
Most of them from their parties, their criminal justice system. Because we have to really discuss and see how best we can help.
Are you sending also to corporate organization heads and things?
Yes, I've done that to a number of them. Because we need help for them. We need help.
Okay, so let me just announce that if you want to be part of this premiering, we've got special invitations. This is not open for everybody. It's strictly by invitation. If you do not have an invitation, even though you don't have a venue, you will not be allowed.
I've not been invited.
So we've got 4 invitations to share with you if you're interested in being a part of this latest documentary by Seth Kwame Boateng, which he's premiering tomorrow. Give us a phone call now, 030221169102. Give us a call now, or you can, send me a WhatsApp message. But you have to be within Accra. What time is it, Seth?
It's 3 p.m. 3 p.m.
Okay, 3 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the venue again?
The new court complex, the auditorium.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your expectations with this documentary, Left to Rot? What do you expect will come out of it?
No, I really want the parties in the criminal justice system to sit and
reflect.
Exactly, and find a lasting solution to this problem. We can't allow this to continue. We can't allow. We call ourselves human rights. That we respect human rights in this country, yet what we are doing goes against that. So I really want them to come together so that we will together reflect and see how best we can save the situation.
All right. Okay, so I guess we'll have to leave it here until we see you. Oh no, we're expecting your phone calls or your WhatsApp messages. 0560 800,000 if you want to see
we'll take some
Left
few
to Rot, or you can give us a call.
Calls. We have some invitations here. Left to Rot.
Yeah.
Well packaged. I see. Okay, we have Atta. Hello. Good morning. Please, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. I'm calling from Bolga.
Oh, okay. What do you make of the state of our prisons, especially looking at it from the lens of this very documentary by award-winning journalist Seth Kwame Boateng?
Journalist of the Year.
Right, award-winning journalist of the year.
Very, very terrible.
Yeah.
For me, I think that menial problems like fighting and stealing cassava or a good, I think we should get them some work so that they rather do it for no pay instead of putting them there. There are other people building low technology houses. So we could could let them work in those places. I think it's time for them to do this community
service
punishment, or let's say for crimes, not just putting them in the prison. It's really terrible.
Wow. Thank you very much. And we had a ticket here. If not that, if we could have footed your bill, your flights from Bolga, would have.
It is okay. Just give it to the lady. You are two men, so give it to the lady to from me.
All right. We have honorary invitations. We can just walk in and out of the venue.
They didn't invite you.
Thank you very much.
Good,
I'll go on your behalf.
He said, but I said I wasn't invited. Yes, I did say that. I was just kidding about that.
Okay, so we have to wrap up on this. You can give the messages on WhatsApp 0560 800,000 if you're interested in going to see the premiere of Left to Rot tomorrow at the New Court Complex at 3 p.m.
Especially if you're around Accra and you'd want to come.
Yeah.
We have tickets available. I think about 5 at least.
No, we've got 4. Strictly 4. We'll give you. No, I have one now from Arthur. Okay.
Okay.
Let's speak to Lester. Is it Lester? Okay. Hello, Lester. Good morning.
How are you, Mama V?
I am very well. Yourself?
One ticket for you.
I'm just looking at you on the screen, looking so beautiful.
You know?
Hey, we're talking about prisons. This man.
Yes.
Okay, so
he has to be sued.
Obviously, you want to go and see this premiere.
Yes, certainly I would want to go.
Okay. Do you know our office in Kokobio?
I know your office.
Opposite.
I know your office.
All right, so Lester, we're expecting you. Come and get your ticket.
Come to Multi TV, the TV section.
The name is Nesta, not Lester.
Nesta.
Yes.
Okay.
Nesta.
Yes.
All right. Okay, Nesta.
We'll see you soon.
Please come. Don't look for Mama V. Just look for Seth Kwame Boateng.
I should look for Seth Kwame Boateng.
Yeah, not Mama V, because you are praising her beauty.
Then you give it to this lady. I can pick it from her.
Don't worry, Nesta. Come and get it. You can look for me.
You seem to know our women.
No, you know this. I have a lady who works
there. Please.
Okay, so this is what we'll do. Just hold on and speak to our producers, and then give them all that you want to tell them.
Cut the gentleman.
Said we have
harassing
to
our women.
We have to leave it here. We've got 2 more tickets, so if you're interested, we can still take your phone calls, back, or you can send the WhatsApp messages. Congratulations on this one. I know the passion with which you work. You have a lot of personal responsibilities as well, but you spend time to do this every time. Wherever that passion is coming from, where the encouragement is coming from. I know God is at the center of a lot of the things that you do. In fact, everything that you do. May He continue to still fulfill you.
God bless you.
And find wherever you find the strength, may He give you so that you continue to do this. I know the chairman of the Prisons Council will be proud of this one as well. You know, he wants a lot of support in this area.
God bless you.
As you watch, this is not a movie, this is real life. We've got the full piece that we'll be showing later on. But we thank you, Seth, for being here. We'll see you tomorrow at the premiere.
I'm grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much also, Seth. And we'll have to next look at AM Talk, and we'll be having our guest in the studio. Member of Parliament for KEA, Commander Edna Eguafu Ebrim constituency will be in the studio, and also Member of Parliament for Damango, Adams Mutawakilu, will also be in the studio. So we'll have great discussions.
Okay, let me just do this before we go. This one says, I'm Alwyn. I want to see the documentary. Okay, so Alwyn, you've got a ticket as well. Come and pick it up. Hopefully you're in Accra and you can pick it up today.
Come to the TV section.
Yeah.
Multimedia.
All right. Stay with us. We've got talk coming up right after this.